Good morning, everybody. This is Geoff Gordon from Gordon Atlantic Insurance, and today we're going to talk about just some strategies for returning to work, and these involve really some of the biggest risk decisions that many business owners will have in their working lifetimes. There's a lot of competing risks in today's market, so I'm going to let Val take the content. So without any further ado, we'll get right into this. And so, Val, I hope you see the screen. Why don't you just confirm you've got the screen, and let's get started.
I do, Geoff. Thank you. Hello, everybody. My name is Valentine Feeney from Gordon Atlantic Insurance. We make insurance make sense. Thank you all for joining us, whether you're here live or watching the recording. Thanks for joining. So many businesses are beginning to reopen to their employees or extend the opening to more employees coming back to the office. We will take stock of the biggest risks, offer guidance and ideas, and then at the end, provide a brief analysis of the insurance trends in all of this. Some businesses are doing better than others. Accurate data and record keeping is critical. You must quantify your losses. That way, moving forward, you can run projections under different scenarios that will provide clarity in planning. For example, you may want to have plans in place for a scenario of operating at a negative 5% revenue moving forward for the next 3, 6, 12 months, or maybe a negative 10% revenue or a negative 20% revenue. How many employees could you keep in each of those scenarios? Which bills would get priority over others in those scenarios? Which equity lines or debt options would you use? These are things you should be thinking about. So the known COVID-19 risks, the 3 C's, right? These are the 3 C's to avoid: closed spaces, crowded places, and close contact settings. These have been promoted heavily in countries that are doing the best with great effectiveness. A good example of that is Japan. Also, there is now a 4th C we recommend, which is contact tracing. When you go to a restaurant and they ask you for a phone number, this is likely what they're doing. Does that make sense for your business or your office? So some risks are not immediately clear. Employee production versus office culture during COVID-19 is an example. Remember the social aspect of your office for employees. Do your best to replace the water cooler kind of talk, the cross-pollination of ideas that happens at your office. One thing we are trying is the 3 at 3. Which is about a 15-minute meeting of 3 people over Zoom or Skype or telephone, just to connect and chat about non-work items, just so you keep that social culture alive and well in your business. So right now, we are past the crisis mode. The PPP applications are done. Most employees are work from home, or for some companies, laid off. The office may be closed. Now we are transitioning back with new data and a new understanding of how to integrate social distancing. In this new environment, is the business model sustainable for you? You must focus on customer accommodation and employee protections. Some businesses will do neither and will find it difficult to survive. So this is the new normal. So what will it look like? The employee productivity in the work from home environment, what's been lost, right? What's the market perception of your business, and also government regulations. So here are 3 concepts that we want to just focus on today. The first is customer accommodation. It is now supersized. Like I mentioned, innovators will do well. Stagnant businesses will likely not. Both employee and customer Both the employee and customer needs, fears, and limitations must be taken strongly into consideration on all of your decisions. The second thought is state and local protocols. This is a big risk that we call regulatory risk. We recommend you adhere to legal and social ordinances. And the third concept is a renewed focus on IT. Cybercrime is up substantially since the economy moved to work from home. Work closely with your IT provider and implement stringent rules for your employees to follow on their machines. Now, a little information on insurance trends. The big question has been on business interruption, and will it cover business for the closure during COVID-19 that took place? The coverage is unlikely to be there. This is currently playing out in both politics and the courtroom, but precedent has yet to be set. Some folks are looking for insurance to cover business interruption with federal backing, so it doesn't take the insurance industry down, already inflating more a spiking costs for future coverage, right? So your insurance industry is best suited to take on these claims, right? We have proven programs to do so, but without federal backing, it will destroy the industry, making future insurance costs unknown and severely high. So many clients have been asking what to do if customers or employees may contract COVID-19. So adhering to the regulations will protect you in court, okay? So if you cut corners with how you reopen or not factoring in employees' well-being, you're opening yourself up and your business for potential damages. Does it make sense to use a disclosure or agreement for customers to sign when they use your business, such as daycares or other child care facilities? And employer liability is a question, which is a coverage that comes with your workers' comp. Typically, it may provide coverage if an employer or multiple employees contract COVID-19, but we simply haven't seen the precedent from the courts yet. So we don't want you to rely on that coverage. We'd rather you follow the guidance we provided here to best protect your business, right? Reopening the proper way, following rules and regulations, taking your employees' best interests into account, taking your customers' best interests into account. Taking those steps and doing the right thing will protect you far greater than we believe insurance coverage will in court. So check your cyber and crime insurance to see what you're covered for as well. Cyber and crime is up an astounding amount since the big transition to work from home. If you think about employees using all their own gadgets, right? The Internet of Things. So they're using their business laptop at home, but they're using it for all different reasons. They're using their cell phone. They're using their own Wi-Fi, right? So remind employees regularly on staying diligent. You should be using a VPN. You should be diligent in what emails you open and what you do for personal web surfing during business hours when you're on that VPN or forgetting to be on that VPN, right? You gotta regularly remind your employees that they can and will be targeted for cybercrime. So now that we've discussed the risks associated with reopening, guidance on how to do it properly, and how insurance plays a role, we'll leave you with some final mitigation techniques. So they're listed here. Some of them are no-brainers, right? So social distancing in the office, masks for everyone, your employees, and especially for outside customers coming in, sanitizer, wipes. You want to be very communicative to your employees and vice versa. You want them to communicate anytime they feel they may have some symptoms, whether it comes to fruition or not. You want to do testing if you can, and as many as possible. We know that really we haven't got to the place yet where everyone can do that, but we hope the country's there in the near future. And bubbles, so especially where distancing in your office is problematic. If employees must work together, limit it to the same employees or the same departments, right? To work as a team. You can do buddy system or a bubble system to really minimize the exposure to protect each other. So we feel from a higher level, just doing the right thing, taking your employees' best interests into consideration, and then think about reverse engineering how your customers feel. How do they want to feel when they come into your office? They want to feel safe. What precautions do you have to take for them to feel safe? We feel if you do those things, you're best protecting your company as well. So that's all we have today. Very quick watch. We hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions, you can email myself or Geoff. My email is val@agordon.com. Our office number is 781-659-2262. I'm Valentine Feeney from Gordon Atlantic Insurance. We make insurance make sense, and thank you for joining us today.